ATV racing from New York, it's the Dunlop Tomahawk GNCC AMSOIL Grand National Cross Country Series. There's our pro pits. I'm Jason Wygant to give you the call, but the amateur pits stretch far and wide. Lots of riders up here. Should be a fun race. Let's give you the AMSOIL race recap of our previous event, though. The Wiseco John Penton GNCC. All right, that footage is a little bit sped up, I have to admit. Devin Feehan, believes him in the dust, grabs the whole shot. Every once in a while, Feehan will get a start like that to show he can run with these boys for a while. Bryson Neal, his starts have been much improved this year after years of being a non-factor early in the race and then having to waste a lot of energy coming back. He finds himself in the number one position for a while. In the race, I guess it would be considered Walker Fowler defending series champs home event. And pretty much at this race, you're going to expect either dust or mud. Very rarely do you get anything in between. Today was one of the muddier days, hot and humid as well. But here's what was cool. Bryson Neal and Cole Richardson battling hard for the lead in this one of the best races of the year. And between these two, they're pushing the old guard like Fowler, Boric, McClure, McGill. Yep, take a back seat to the kids at least for a little while. Richardson and Neal, a couple of race wins in their career between them, but everyone is big when you're just getting started collecting the big trophies. Neal holds on to take the win. That was really fun to see. And I'll tell you, now that he's starting consistently up front, could be more of these in the offer. Nice to see that breakthrough. As for the old guard, I guess you could call that, Fowler and Boric. Well, they were left battling for third on this day, and they went at it. Look at Boric trying every line out there. That's what Boric loves to do, try to set you up on the last lap. Not going to happen, though. Fowler able to hold him off. But it's good to see the challenges coming from all around. Not Walker's best day. Still preserves some points for the podium. But how about Bryson Neal getting it done in the heat and humidity of Ohio?
It was a heck of a day. Whenever we was watching the race, the morning unfold, I really didn't think it was going to end up being that bad. I thought it was going to tack up, and I thought we was going to see dust at the end of the race. But I tell you what, every lap it got worse and worse, and the rust was deep. And man, Cole was riding a heck of a race. Man, I've had a head cold the last 3 days. I didn't walk the track. I stayed in camper the entire day today, barely even went outside, and just to put in a good solid, get a good start, man. I think I was second going into the woods, second or third, and me and Cole and Devin, we got out front, and man, we just tried to hold it. And on the last lap, I had a line saved up that was a really good one, and man, we was just hold on to the end.
He did hold on to the end over Richardson, Fowler, Boric, Hunter Hart. The rookie, nice job in fifth over Wesley Wolf. Those are your Rocky Mountain ATV MC results. Now back to the starting line in New York. Man, Fowler has been lights out with the starts this year. Hasn't held on for every hole shot, but he's always up in it. But today he does get that Wiseco hole shot award. Is that Feehan again with another good start with him? Walker keeping that machine nice and clean for the sponsors. Yeah, that is Feehan right behind him. And they've already built up a nice lead. That's one of the Suzukis there. I think that's Boric, or actually it might have been Wolf ahead of Boric. Here's Neal coming through. I think that's Johnny Gallagher. Good to see him up in the mix. Back to the start, this is the XC2 Pro-Am class. They are ready to roll. John Glauda Jr. has been a sensation this year. He's won every race, looking to make it 7 for 7. But there is Ronnie. He's in a rush. Oh, he grabs the whole shot. This rider goes end over end. Luckily, he's okay. You don't actually see that happen very much in the GNCC ATV side, those first turn pileups, or second turn pileups in that case. Here is Fowler. We'll see who's able to run with him today. And it looks like the pack's closing in a little bit. Some very difficult terrain to tame, very slippery out here in Odessa, New York. And the fans are pumped. Neal and Boric staying in the hunt early. Fowler leading young Devin Feehan right now.
GNCC on the NBC Sports Network is brought to you by AMSOIL, the first in synthetics. Specialized Turbo e-bikes. It's you, only faster. And by Rocky Mountain ATV MC. Get ready.
Chase is on in the woods. Still, Fowler ahead of Feehan, looking good right now. Shout out to Devin. Right up there in the mix with some veteran talent like Chris Boric. Just a good old-fashioned battle early for position, and then usually what you see happen is you lose each lap maybe a rider or two from it, then it boils down to maybe 2 or 3 in a 2-hour GNCC. I think that was Jared McClure there. But he's comfortable being at the tail end of that pack, and Sneaky Snake will get up there by the end of the race. Pretty sure that's Cole Richardson who has snuck into the number 2 position. Then you see the 3 of Boric, the 4 of Neal. And they have broken away. We've lost Feehan, I believe, altogether. Yes, because that's McClure. Ah, tough break. Feehan riding well, but will not even complete the first lap today. Stay out of the woods there, kids. Stay out of the trail. Riders coming through. This is McClure still trying to bridge that gap, get to them. Wesley Wolf, he's on a Suzuki. Hunter Hart, that's actually a yellow Yamaha for last year's XC2 champ. There's Walker. And Boric. Running a good pace. Man, it's so deceptive, this dirt. Sometimes it looks great. And in other areas, this looks like just pretty much a mud race. It's like Richardson, Neal, and Boric, they are bandits. They are trying to take what Fowler has, and that's the lead. Working together, trying to catch him. Getting closer each time you see them. Neal is now taking the second place spot. That's Richardson pushed to third, but still in it. Well, it's got to be nice for Bryson Neal to not have to come from so far back like he did for years. He's already up to the grab bar of Fowler and now can try to plot a little strategy instead of having to spend the first half hour, maybe hour of the race just clawing his way into contention. The starts have been terrible for that guy. And he said after round 2, he and his dad went home and worked hard to get him fixed. They've been a lot better this year than ever before. That's the good news. The bad news is Fowler was once an okay starter and he has turned into a great one. But we got an old-fashioned tangle ready now in the fields because Neal is engaging your 4-time champ in battle for the lead. those fields could open up some passing later on. Neil mentioned at the last race that he had saved a line for the last lap, and that's how he's able to hold off Cole Richardson. Can he do that again, or does he need to use his best stuff to keep Fowler inside, or maybe to get the lead a little earlier than that? A lot of chess matches to play in this one. But this is what you love, man. GNCC racing, 2 hours with all these variables, and these guys still turn out wheel to wheel, nose to tail. Look at this. Lap traffic in and out of the way. There's Neil. You see the orange on the jersey, but he got the short end of the stick on that one. Lap rider got right between he and Fowler. Fowler just trying to power through. Neil made that ground back up after the lap rider, and now you've got Richardson right back with them. And Boric trying to close that gap and get to the podium. Oh, they love Boric out here. Fowler continuing to power through, stretching it just a bit over Neil and Richardson. Hey, look, now Neil in the lead. Neil ahead of Walker Fowler into the ditch. Fowler, a nice line on the left side. I can't even tell who came out ahead there. I think that's Richardson taking that left line as well. No, yes, it is Fowler in the lead. That's 2 lappers in front of him trying to dig his way through. Neil had it for just a moment. Just dragging those skid plates, chain and sprocket and rear disc through Bryson Neal to the lead again. Second time he's made this move. Richardson trying to maintain this pace. Getting down in the desperate times. Can Bryson Neal hold off Walker Fowler and make it 2 in a row? That'd be huge. Never has Bryson Neal had a win streak in GNCC, and Cole Richardson is there if these two tangle. Great racing. Fowler back to the lead. We're going to pop into a field section here, and then it will be back into the woods. White flag coming out. Fowler took 2 punches from Neal. Neal able to get him twice. Fowler able to counter. Man, are they going fast. Bryson Neal in the lead again 3 times. He and Fowler have swapped it. Oh, fantastic battle. It's not just a race win as Fowler finds himself. Oh, side by side they collide. Into the trees goes Fowler. Neal back out front.
GNCC on the NBC Sports Network is brought to you by AMSOIL, the first in synthetics. Specialized Turbo e-bikes. It's you, only faster. And by Rocky Mountain ATV MC. Get ready.
Well, it's beautiful and picturesque up there, but in the woods, it has been a war zone. Walker Fowler, Bryson Neal, 4 or 5 times they've swapped the lead in the second half of this Dunlop Tomahawk GNCC. Now we're in the fields. Fowler has the measure of him again. Before we went to break, Neal, they actually were both fighting for the same line. I don't want to say that Neal pushed him. Just a racing incident that put Neal into the lead, but then something has happened because it's actually Richardson who's in second and a lap rider up ahead. So now Walker Fowler can hear the cheers. He can see the finish. Richardson gonna give him a run all the way down to the end. Here it comes. One of the most dramatic races you'll see, but it ends the same old way. Walker Fowler with the victory. That's 50 career wins for Walker Fowler, and he is exhausted after that one.
50 is going to be right there with Ironman 2014 with Chris Borich. This is number 2. Nothing will ever beat that race. That was incredible, but man, I tell you what, as far as nerve-wracking, just wheel-to-wheel, bar-to-bar for his fans especially, undefeated here at the Tomahawk, 50 wins, just a cool day. As bad as last week went, this week went just that much better.
Well, a heartbreaker for Neil, who apparently ran into a lap rider just before that final field section. That dropped him from first to third, taking big advantage to Cole Richardson, second.
For some reason we didn't get off to a great start, but we was able to make some good passes right before we went in the woods, and I was sitting about 5th or 6th, and then, I knew Walker was out front, and that's never a good day to start that way. So, I made some real quick passes, worked my way up, got around Borich, and, really tried to hammer down, and I got Walker in sight, and then, not too long, Bryson was behind me. He made his way through. He caught me, and I was like, all right, if he caught me, he can bring me to the front. We can catch Walker, and we're going to see what happens from there. And, he rode in Walker, and we was all back and forth all day. And I was sitting mainly third and didn't really have anywhere to go. And those guys are battling. They're taking, every line to the left and right, in and out. And, the only thing I could have hoped for is, them to either get, tangled together with a line or, lapped riders. And, Bryson got to the lead, and the lapped rider actually kind of, screwed him there. And me and Walker got by, and, I just couldn't make it happen.
Still, these guys are coming. They're 1-2 at the last race, Richardson and Neal, and they almost pulled it off again. Let's talk to Bryson now.
Oh man, this Tomahawk place was awesome. The last 2 years, I don't know what it is. I just caught the flow right off the start, and man, haven't skipped a beat on the track. Just immediately just started attack mode and going forward. Caught Walker, and me, him, and Cole, we kind of broke away, and we had a great battle going. That last lap, we passed each other back and forth 2 or 3 times. God, I wanted that back-to-back win. I worked hard these last 2 weeks, but at least we're catching him. He got a little gap. We tracked him down, so we're proving to ourselves we got the speed to. He gets out of sight, we can catch him, and we just held on to it, man. And we had a great battle going. A lapper smoked a tree literally right before he popped out into the field, but what can you do? Out of my control, but. It's just a lot of positives, we're moving forward the program. I'm feeling great. The bike's working great. Casey at Elka Shocks Impact Solutions got my bike handling insane. My Hauser Racing products, CST tires on those hills today. Those long hills are clawing. Tire ball is perfect. So, man, we're gonna keep our head up. We're gonna come back. We're gonna get another win here soon. So it's coming. We'll stay hungry.
That's what you want to hear. Keep challenging Fowler, who's off to the races fast, man. He's got his starts absolutely dialed. Devin Feehan a good start, but unfortunately it would not last for him. Kept the champ honest for 1 lap, then ran into problems. But that didn't make it an easy day for Walker. You had Neal and Richardson move up pretty quickly. Here's Neal into the lead. And Chris Borich was lurking back there in 4th as well. But that Neal and Fowler battle was spectacular. Every time we saw them, it seemed like the lead position would change. And then you had Richardson at their flank. Like Richardson picked up some track banner there. But with the checkered flag in sight, thanks to a lap rider impeding the progress of Neal, who had worked so hard to get that lead again, Fowler takes his 50th career overall win, but it's all smiles. Still one of the best races we've seen those other 2 put in. John Glauda continues his win streak in XC2. For everyone at Racer TV, I'm Jason Wygant. Thanks for watching. Congrats to Walker Fowler. 50 wins in GNCC racing. And this was one of the most hard-earned of all.